She's saying, help me out. Let me ever look at that class. Did it come on there? Find it. What is up? African families have always been on. All right. You clicked on it? Like to watch it? Is it clear? You can click on it. Shalom Israel, Yahba Shem Al Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Shem Al to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Karan Yala, the ISUBK, and this is the Monday Night History class, streaming on the Oakland Israelites page as well as the Sacramento Israelites page. So today we're going to get into these Hamites, or these so-called Africans, you understand? The Lord named them the nation of Ham, you understand, which their forefather is one of the sons, of Noah, you understand, Ham, that was saved in the flood, right? Black people, specifically the tribe Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, we have been brainwashed into believing that we are African and we are the furthest thing from Africans. You understand? Our customs are not the same, right? You don't see Africans in their homeland dressing like us. You understand? I mean, not naturally, of course. We the salt of the earth, so we influence the world. You understand? But not naturally do they have flavor like us. You understand? You get Hamites that come into the NBA and they got to be damn near 9 feet tall to have some type of fame as far as like being a basketball player, because naturally they not as good at sports as we are. You understand? You'll never see a Hamite the size of Allen Iverson dominate the league like he did. You understand? And the reason why is because they are not the Lord's chosen people, and they are different from us. And on top of that, all Hamites, I don't give a damn if you're an Ethiopian, a Nigerian, a Somalian, you from Zimbabwe, you understand, if you from South Africa, all Hamites hate black people. You understand? When I say black people, I mean a blanket term for blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You understand? Especially the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which are so-called Negroes, Jamaicans, West Indians, and Haitians. You understand? But we're gonna get into the history of the dealings that we had with these Hamites. You understand? Throughout the Bible, right? The Lord has made it clear as far as as far as galvanizing these men, you understand, and influencing and putting the spirit on brothers to actually write the history of the Bible, you understand, to make it clear that the Israelites, you understand, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are a different people than these Africans. You understand? Now, me personally, I'm from Oakland, California, right? So a lot of black people, right? We don't have a real conscious community like on the East Coast. You understand? Of course, you got some brothers who indulge in being a Muslim. You understand? Being Christian, but we don't have like a concrete conscious community in the Bay Area, so to speak. You understand? So for the most part, in the city of Oakland, I'm just speaking for Oakland in general, you got a lot of brothers who are, I like to use the term fake woke. You understand? That refer to each other as Africans. You understand? Like you might hear the brother Marshawn Lynch say, "Oh, what's going on, my African?" You understand? Which that comes from another brother, which I don't even want to name who that brother is. You understand? Because the history of that brother is just is it's a destruction of the black people from Oakland. You understand? With him having a lot to do with the influence. You understand? But if you from Oakland, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that term, calling brothers and sisters African, you understand, in Oakland is it's a detriment to our people because we tend to latch on to us believing that we actually Africans when these Africans move into our communities and our neighborhoods and travel over top of us. You understand? And in the lower parts of East Oakland, like it's an area called Funktown and the 20s or the Dubs. You understand? You got a lot of Cushite black people, Salaki, not black people, but you got a lot of Cushite Africans down there. You understand? That blend in with us, and of course we know growing up around these people that we not the same nationality of people or the same ethnicity. You understand? But they widely accepted in our community, you understand, and in the events and the lifestyle that the black people, you understand, that's native to Oakland grow up in. You understand? And the reason why these people are accepted is because black people don't know who their enemies are. You understand? We've been brainwashed. I believe this started in when the 60s, you understand, the 70s, right? With our people actually believing that we have some type of relationship with Africa when that can be furthest from the truth. You understand? There was a movie called Sugar Hill, right? With the brother Wesley Snipes. He played in the movie. You understand? I forget the other brother that played his physical brother in the movie, but this was a movie about some black drug dealers from Harlem. You understand? And in the movie, they had a business meeting to try to get some drugs at a lower price. Now, of course, I'm just talking about a movie. I'm not promoting drug dealing or anything like this, but I'm using this movie as context to show you how they put it in your face that Africans are not the same as black people. You understand? So in this movie, these brothers went to go do a drug deal at a prestigious restaurant with these two Hamites. You understand? And when they met the Hamites seen them and was like, "Yeah, nah, we can't do business with y'all." You understand? Like, I'm cool. I don't want to do business with y'all. Y'all a kata. You understand? The brother Wesley Snipes, he was like, why you keep calling us a kata? What does that mean? He was like, you a cotton picker. Like, we ain't doing business with you. And then they got into a brawl in the middle of the restaurant between these two brothers and these Hamites. You understand? Which showed you, you understand, like they gave you a little piece of truth that black people are not Africans. You understand? So, Salaki, let me get Alexa this. Salaki, I'm fresh out of class. You know, General Muhammad, he uses Alexa very frequently. You understand? But let me get Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. You understand? Right here in the Holy Bible, in these sacred scriptures of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the Lord said he made a difference between the children of Israel and the Egyptians, meaning you not an Egyptian. You understand? Your culture is not their culture. We don't sit back in the woods trying to hunt bees, you understand, and going in tall trees to get beehives to eat honey. You understand? We don't do that. Black people, that's just not our culture. You understand? Our women don't walk around naked, you understand, for the most part. And when I say naked, I mean like physically all the way naked. Of course, since we've been brainwashed in this empire, our sisters have chose to indulge in a lifestyle of being a harlot, you understand, because this is the brainwashing that the Caucasian man has put on us. But naturally, if we was in our right state of mind, our sisters wouldn't be walking around in the woods naked. You understand? We don't cut the organs out of our young daughters. You understand, and circumcise our women. That's not our customs. You understand? That's what Africans do. We don't drink um, blood of any nature. You understand? But a lot of these Africans, They literally drink cow's blood. You understand? And do all type of other abominations with these animals in these rural areas that they live at in Africa. And that's just not the culture of black people here in America. You understand? Nor is it the culture of Latinos, Jamaicans. You understand? West Indians as a whole, Haitians. You understand? And so forth and so on. That's their customs. We not those same people, and furthermore, those people are the enemies to the children of Israel. You understand? I'm gonna get the book of Exodus. I'm Salaki, not the book of Exodus, the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, and I'm gonna start at verse 1 because they used being African, you understand, to brainwash black people to not want to further look, you understand, into who we are as a people. One African people that they used was Egypt. You understand? They used the gold, the wealth, you understand, the prosperity of these Egyptians when you look at their tombs, how they so glamorous and King Tut and Queen Nefertiti and all of this nonsense. You understand? Black people, we don't understand who we are as a people. So we look at some type of people that's a dark skinned pigment people like us and see the glory and the wealth that they had and want to marry ourselves and attach ourselves unto that culture. But meanwhile, the reason why these damn heathens had all of this wealth and prosperity, you understand, is because they had you in slavery. You understand? They had your children picking cotton, growing their fruits. You understand? They had your people living in the projects in Egypt. All of the things that we go through right here in America, it happened in ancient Egypt. The same people who this conscious community try to tell blacks in this country that we are part of their nation. You understand? These people are the same people that prospered off of the children of Israel, and this is why they have this wealth. This is why America can use these people to actually get you, you understand, to actually brainwash you into believing that you are these people because you have nothing and the Egyptians had so much. You understand? Your communities are bullet riddled, drug infested communities, and the Egyptians looked like they was living delicious. You understand? Tombs of gold, precious stones everywhere. You understand? Some empire that was revered as a superpower of its time. And the only reason why it was a superpower of its time is because it had blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians as their slaves. You understand? Any nation that puts the children of Israel in servitude, they run the goddamn world. You understand? Because Christ said we are the salt of the earth. You understand? Meaning we gave the earth flavor. The Lord is with us. You understand? This is why the earth prospers whenever it has the children of Israel in his hands. You understand? But Salaki, I'm going to read Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God. You understand? The book of Psalms was written by King David. You understand? King David is praying to the Lord and asking him to actually do something about the children of Israel being in poverty. Do something about these enemies of the nation of Israel actually trampling down on us. You understand? Eating up our substances and making us their footstool. You understand? Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. You understand? King David said the Lord's enemies have made a tumult, which is a loud, confucius noise. You understand? And when he said they lifted up the head, meaning they walking with their head high very proudly because they have the children of Israel in servitude, because they can benefit off of our people dying, you understand, and having to serve hard labor. They have been walking around proudly in this earth, right? Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. That crafty counsel is funded on drugs in your neighborhood. Just like they did here in America, you had drugs back in ancient Egypt. You understand? Brothers and sisters was getting high because we was destroyed. You understand? Telling you that you nothing but a slave. That's crafty counsel. Black History Month is crafty counsel in this new Egypt. You understand? All of these devices that they put against the children of Israel to make us not look up to our God, you understand? To make us not come together as a people. These are crafty counsel. Telling black people in America that they descend from Egyptians or Egypt was a superpower on earth back in the days, and you guys all come from kings and queens, which that's a goddamn lie. A lot of us was poor when we had our own nation. You understand? A lot of us worked regular jobs. You understand? A lot of us was not in rulership. You understand? The majority of us was not in rulership. Everybody don't come from kings and queens if you're a black, Latino, or Native American Indian. That's just the facts of the matter. Now, of course, we superior to all races on planet Earth, thus saith the Lord, but that don't make us all kings and queens. We was not all King Tut. We was not all Queen Nefertiti. You did have niggas that had to build up buildings. You understand? And I'm using the word nigga on purpose. You understand? You did have Negroes that worked that menial job that got off work, you understand, and went home and had to wake up, you understand, just like today, and just go back to work just to put some food on his table to feed his wife and his children. You understand? That's just the reality of it. And back in the times of Egypt being a superpower and the children of Israel being slaves in Egypt, you was not a king or a queen. You understand? You was a nigga that was walking around on the street being harassed by police, drugs in your community, black on black crime, all of this type of stuff was going on in ancient Egypt. You was no king nor queen. And the reason why this was going on in ancient Egypt, because Africans are not your friends. You understand? Africans are not your people. Africans are, in fact, your enemies, and they want to prosper off of you and travel down on your people because they hate you. You understand? Salakia. Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's what these Egyptians did in the times of old. You understand? Just like the so-called Caucasian man that put drugs in your community, you understand, came up with programs like redlining, you understand, the welfare system, brainwashing your children into believing that they should hate each other, brainwashing your women into believing that they should kill their baby for a prosperous life. They did this in ancient Egypt. You understand? They did this to make the name of Israel in no more remembrance. You understand? Just like they took your heritage and start calling themselves Jewish and looking at you like you just some nigga from Africa. You understand? That's what they did to the children of Israel, right? Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. You understand? All of these nations have consulted together with one consent. You understand? And what's that consent? To keep you a slave, to keep you in hell. You understand? To keep your women aborting their babies, to keep your sons hating each other, to keep gang violence in your neighborhood. Well, what's going on right here in this America that we call, you understand, which is nothing but spiritual Egypt all over again? They did the same exact thing in ancient Egypt, you understand? Because them Egyptians hate you, you understand? And it ain't just Egyptians, it's all these damn Hamite tribes, you understand? Salakia. Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom. The tabernacles of Edom, the houses, you understand, of the Edomites. You understand? The families of these Edomites. The Edomites is a so-called Caucasian man today. You understand? I don't give a damn if you from Spain. You understand? I don't care if you from Argentina. You understand? Because it's a lot of Edomites in Argentina that descend from Germany. You understand? I don't care if you're from Poland. I don't care if you're Russian. You understand? I don't care if you're Britain. I don't care what either one of them Caucasian nations you come from. You understand? If you are a stringy haired, red skinned people that understand you had check off Caucasian as far as your race, you understand you the devil that the Bible speaks of, and you are enemy to the children of Israel, right? And the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, you understand? The Ishmaelites, Arabs, Moabs, you understand? Moab, Salakia, Moabites, you understand? So-called Chinese people and the tribes of Asians that come from the Chinese people. All of you guys are the enemies to the children of Israel, right? And the Hagarenes, I believe the Hagarenes are a Hamitic tribe. You understand? These are Africans, right? Gabal, some more Africans, right? And Ammon, you understand? The so-called Japanese, right? And the tribes of Asians that come from the Japanese. And Amalek. Amalek is the so-called Jewish man, you understand? Or we got to call them the little hat people because they'll flag our pages down because they so much of goddamn bullies on planet Earth. You understand? And by the way, they the ones that push this notion that black people in America are Africans. You understand? With all of this propaganda that they put in these movies, like Amistad, you understand? Coming to America, all of these evil ass movies that they bestowed on black people and brainwash your children into believing that this is the people that you come from, when these are the same people, in fact, that sold you into slavery. I'm gonna get that in the scriptures in a second, right? The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, some more Africans. You understand? The Philistines, the so-called Canaanites, or your South Africans today. Nelson Mandela. You understand? His people, right, are the enemies of the children of Israel, right? Assur, you understand, which is the Assyrians, also is joined with them. They have hoping the children of Lot, right? Do unto them. So like I'm gonna drop that. Let me get what I want. What I want. Joel 3 and 6. Joel 3 and 6. I believe that's what I want. Yeah, come, Most High in Christ. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. You understand? The Lord is saying, look, you goddamn Africans, you understand, Salakia? What was that? Back, bring me that phone, please, Baba Kasha. Never mind, Salakia. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse, I'm going to start at verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? You understand? The name of the land Palestine comes from Philistine. These are Africans. You understand? Tyre and Zidon. These are all Canaanite people. You understand? These are the people of Canaan. You understand? One of the sons of Ham, so-called Africans. You understand? Uh, will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? The Lord is saying that you're gonna pay me back. You understand? And this is the reason why the Lord is asking these Africans, are they gonna pay him back? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. You have robbed the children of the Lord. You understand? You took the silver and the gold from the Israelites. You understand? From the Lord's temple. You understand? From his chosen people, right? Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. You understand? You sold the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, meaning black people. You understand? You sold these black people unto the Grecians. Who is these Grecians? Christopher Columbus. You understand? Amerigo's Vespucci. All of these people who found, or the so-called founding fathers of America, these are those same Grecians right back in the earth. You understand? The Grecians, the Edomites, you understand? The Romans, these is all Edomite people. You understand? So-called Caucasians. You understand? The Lord said, you Africans have sold the children of Israel to the Grecians. That's the transatlantic slave trade right there in the Bible for you. Salakia. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Let's get some more on that. Because this Bible is not a fairy tale book. This is a history book. You're going to find a history of the atrocities that have been committed against the children of Israel by Africans, by so-called Caucasians, by East Indians. You understand? Excuse me, by Asians. You understand? By Tongans and Samoans and so-called Polynesians, by every goddamn nation on planet Earth. You understand? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. You understand? When we came back into that new spiritual Egypt, you understand? When you read about Salaki, let me get that. The book of Revelations. Going to that Egypt again. You understand? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 8 and verse, Salaki, chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Why is this place spiritually called Sodom and Egypt? You understand? Because all the homosexuality that went on in Sodom is right here in America. You understand why is it called Egypt? Because black people are slaves right here in America, just how we was in ancient Egypt. You understand? And why is this saying where our Lord was crucified? You understand? Because you killed the real image of Christ, you understand, in this Western hemisphere by putting up that false image of the sixth pope of Rome, Rodrigo Borgia's son, Caesar Borgia, or Cesare, what they called him, you understand, in Latin. You understand? We right back here in Rome. I'm Salakia. Not only Rome, you understand, but we right back in Sodom and we right back in Egypt. You understand? And how did black people get here? We were sold here, you understand, by these African tribes to the Grecians. You understand? Thus saith the Bible, thus saith history. You understand? And is just so evil as hell to understand that black people don't understand. You understand? We don't understand the history on what happened to our people. We don't understand that these Africans actually had a hand in us being slaves, you understand, unto another people and getting our heritage stripped from us. But meanwhile, you got these Negroes in this so-called conscious community that's pushing this Egyptology agenda on us because they learned it from the Caucasian. You understand? The Greeks is really the real Egyptologists. You understand? They went down there, you understand, and smashed on Egypt, took all of their history and their record books, renamed Egypt from Mizraim or Matazarium in the Hebrew, and they called it Egypt, which comes from the land, the word Egyptos in the Greek, which means bondage, you understand, or slavery. This is why that land is called Egypt, you understand? And why else is it called Egypt? Once again, because our people were in servitude to these damn Hamites, to these Africans, our enemies. You understand? And here we are, right back again in Egypt once again. You understand? Because these so-called Caucasians, they took a page out of the Africans' book. The Africans had you in slavery before white people. You understand? The Africans whipped your back. You understand? Had you in the fields, funneled drugs into your communities and killed your babies, you understand, with forced abortions way before Caucasian people did. You understand? They been your enemies. Salakia. Let me get the book of Joel 2 and 7, 2 and 27. Salakia. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and I am the Lord your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. This is not the God of Africans. You understand? This is not the God of everybody on every goddamn part of this earth. The book of Amos, chapter 3, and verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. We went into slavery to these Hamites, to these Caucasians, to these Arabic people, because we wanted to join hand in hand with these other nations when the Lord told us that these are our enemies and we should make no covenants with them and have no sympathy on them. You understand? And that's what happened to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We wanted to marry into the customs of these damn heathens. You understand? Namely, the Africans stand on topic. You understand? So what happened was the Africans had us in servitude, plundered and pillaged our villages, killed our women, raped our women. You understand? By the hands of so-called Africans. You understand? These so-called Africans, yeah, they raped our women. You understand? They aborted our babies forcefully. You understand? They impoverished us. They oppressed us. You understand? They falsely accused us and falsely arrested us. I'm gonna get into it. Salakia. Let me get the first. Let me get the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and 10, in the Apocrypha. book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? You understand? What nation has not oppressed the children of Israel? What nation has not gotten rich off of the backs of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians? All of them. You understand? Every goddamn nation on planet Earth. But before every other nation start indulging and getting rich off of the hurt and misery of black people, Egyptians did it first. You understand? Babylonians, aka Cushites, your Nipsey Hustles, your Tiffany Haddishes, them Eritreans, Somalians. You understand? They had it first. You understand? They did us bad way before Caucasian people, way before the transatlantic and the sub-Saharan slave trade. You understand? Your Africans was your oppressors. You understand? Salakia. Uh, let's go to the beginning. Let's go to the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis, chapter 20 and verse 1. And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah his wife, she is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. You understand? So this Abimelech, the king of Gerar, this is a Philistine king. You understand? Uh, uh, what you would call a so-called South African today. You understand? And Abraham is going to tell you the reason why he said that Sarah was his sister. He did not lie. Sarah was his sister, but she was not his physical sister. She was not his a sister of the same mother of the same father. You understand? She was a sister in the sense of they was the same nation or the same race of people. Just like you would meet a sister that you ain't never met before in your life. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, hey, shalom, sis, or hey, how you doing, sis? You understand? This is just a woman of his same nation, all right? Flesh of his flesh, bone of his bone. Verse 3. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night and said to him, behold, thou art but a dead man, for the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife. But Abimelech had not come near her. And he said, Lord, wilt thou slay a righteous nation? Said he not unto me, she is my sister? And she, even she herself, said, he is my brother. In the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this. You understand? Well, he still took her. He didn't ask for permission. You understand? He seen this beautiful sister and was like, hey, look, that's my sister, bro. Oh, yeah, go ahead. No, send for her. Bring her up here. You know what I'm saying? I want her. I'm going to have her. You understand? Verse 6. And God said unto him in a dream, yea, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore suffer I thee not to touch her. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray, Salaki, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine. Therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told these things in their ears. And the men were sore afraid. Then Abimelech called Aaron and said unto him, what hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and on my kingdom great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. Now, let me break this down, right? Abimelech, he calls for Sarah, you understand, because he wants to sleep with this sister, right? The Lord come to him in a dream like, bro, you're a dead man, you understand? I'm finna do away with you and your whole goddamn kingdom if you don't get his brother his wife back. You understand? He like, man, look, I ain't even know it was his wife. The brother told me that this was his sister. Abraham is finna explain to you why he said this is his sister. You understand? Salakia. Verse 10. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what sawest thou that thou hast done this thing? Verse 11. Now listen to what Abraham says to this Hamite king. And Abraham said, because I thought surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. He understood that, look, y'all don't follow the rules of my God. You understand? Your people are barbaric people. You understand? I know y'all don't give a damn about the law of adultery or none of this. Now, mind you, understand this. Abraham does not have a written law at this time. You understand? But he has an oral tradition that he's been keeping, you understand, since the days of Noah, because Noah was a grandson of Adam, you understand? And Adam was the one that was given the law orally, you understand, or through the constellations of the sky. So what he did was he instilled this in all of his sons, you understand? They passed it down to their sons and so forth and so on to where you get to Abraham, which is a righteous brother, you understand, that kept the laws of God, right? So Abraham, he understood that these Africans, they didn't give a damn about the laws of his God. You understand? They would literally kill him for his own goddamn woman. Now, this is not a people that is your friend. This is a people that is your enemy that will kill you for your own goddamn woman just because your woman is a beautiful sister and they don't give a damn about the laws of your people. You understand? So Abraham, you understand, understanding that these people, they don't have the same values as him. They don't have the same principles as him. He understood that these people would actually kill him for his woman because they are not the same people at all, nor are these people his friends, right? Verse 12, and yet indeed she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife. So he explained it to them, right? She's the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother, right? Meaning she's a sister of the same nation as me. You understand? We have the same forefather, right? She's not my physical sister, right? Which I know by me making y'all believe that she's my physical sister, which I'm not lying to you. She is my sister. But if you believe she's my physical sister, then you won't kill me for her because these goddamn Philistines or these Canaanites, aka South Africans, are the enemies to the chosen people of God. This is way in the beginning in the book of Genesis, right? Let's get some more. The book of Genesis, chapter 24 and verse 1. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house, the ruler over all that he had, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh. So Abraham is at an old age, right? And his oldest servant, he making him swear an oath to him at this time, right? Verse 3, and I will make thee swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I dwell, but thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindred and take a wife unto my son Isaac. Now, you got to understand why Abraham is making his servant swear to give Isaac a woman from the same nation or the same family as Abraham. He understands that these people are lawless, right? These people don't have the same values of him. These people are not the same people as him. These people are his enemies. These people would kill him for his wife, right? So he don't want his son to indulge in procreating with one of these women from these Canaanite nations because that will put his son in danger by him being in a family with these people because these people don't like his kind. These people are the natural enemies to him, right? So Abraham, he made once again he made his servant, his chief servant, swear like, man, look, don't ever marry my son to one of these broads down here, right? Go back to my nation, my kindred, my homeland, my race of people, my nationality, my family, and go get my son a wife. Because Abraham knew that these Hamites was the enemies of Israel, right? Or the enemies of him, which of course he's a forefather or the patriarch and precursor to the children of Israel, right? Book of Exodus. I'm just like it. Genesis chapter 34. I went over this last night. For time's sake, I'm not gonna go over it tonight, but I'm gonna give you a brief history of it. These same Philistines, right? These same Philistines, I believe they was Hivites, right? They they had a prince named Shechem, right? Shechem had a father named Hamor, right? Shechem, he actually abducted and physically raped Dinah, which was Jacob's only daughter at that time, right? Now, this is not a people that if you got somebody of another nation that rapes a woman of your nation, that's an act of war, right? Solidifying that, yeah, we enemies, because you're not gonna rape your brother's daughter or somebody that you have a league or an agreement with or somebody that you cool with. You're not gonna rape their damn daughter. But these filthy aggressive Hamites, you understand, Shechem, he raped our sister Dinah, however you want to pronounce it, right? And in turn, Simeon and Levi killed their whole damn village, killed their whole household, slew every man. You understand? Because they understood that these damn Hamites don't give a damn about us. They don't give a damn about us so much that they would actually rape one of our women, you understand, and then try to pay us to make her his wife. You understand? Now we ain't going for that, right? So what they did was they 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 deceived these Hamites to believing that they was going to allow their sister to marry them and they was going to pass their daughters to them to be wives and vice versa. And what happened was they agreed that they had to take a covenant of circumcision. So the brothers of Dinah, you understand, the sons of Israel, they told these Hamites, look, y'all get circumcised. It's to why we're going to be all one big happy family. We're going to intermarry with each other. We're going to share substances. It's to why. Now, on the third day, when all of them Hamites was hurting from their circumcision, Simeon and Levi, or Shemaiwan and Loya, was his forefather of the so-called Dominicans and the so-called Haitians, they went, grabbed their swords, you understand, and slaughtered their whole goddamn village because these Africans are enemies to the children of Israel, right? Let's go to Genesis 39. Now, Genesis 39, I'm going to give you a brief little history of it. Joseph, which is one of the sons of Israel, right? His brothers being jealous of him and being aggravated on him being somewhat of a snitch and telling on them to their father as far as like them not conducting business how their father would want them to. They came up with the plan to kill the young brother, right? But Reuben being the oldest brother, he like, nah, bro, we can't kill him. Let's go ahead and sell him to another nation of people. Joseph ends up getting sold to the Ishmaelites, which is the Arabs today, and they ended up selling him to some Egyptians. And Joseph became a slave in Egypt. You understand? Now, this is what happened when Joseph became a slave in Egypt, right? It's the book of Genesis, chapter 39, and verse 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, brought him of the hand of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hands. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. Now Joseph, him being a just and righteous man, the Lord was with him when he was a slave in Egypt, right? And everything Joseph did, he was prosperous in it, right? And his master, this Egyptian, whose house he dwelled in, right? He eventually put him over all of his affairs and all of his substances and all of his possessions, right? Because Joseph was prosperous, because the Lord was with Joseph. And what happened was uh he made him basically the overseer of everything that he had, because he trusted Joseph, because everything was going well, because the Lord prospered. The Lord made Joseph's hand very prosperous, right? So this Egyptian master, he benefited off the Lord being with Joseph, right? And Joseph made this dude rich. You understand? Joseph made this dude. It's like LeBron James being a good basketball player. LeBron James, the fact that he's a good basketball player and the Lord is with him as far as his talents, he can he can in turn bring championships, right, to certain basketball organizations, wherever team that he decides to go to, and bring a lot of money to that team, and a lot of money to that city, and a lot of money to the owner of that team, right? So it was the same thing with Joseph. Joseph was prosperous because the Lord was with him, and in turn, this Egyptian, his Egyptian slave master, right? He prospered as far as substances, right? And business was going good for him. So he made Joseph the top overseer of all of his substance and all of his property, right? Verse 5. And it came to pass from time to time that he had made him overseer in his house. From the time that he had made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, that the land blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. You understand? So over time, this dude got rich messing with Joseph. He got rich having Joseph as his overseer. And he was so grateful that Joseph was there. He put Joseph over everything, and he didn't even know exactly how much stuff he had. You understand? That's how much he trusted Joseph, because Joseph was an honest brother with integrity, right? Verse 7. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. So when Joseph is building up Potiphar's house and making his substance grow, his wife, you understand, burning in her lust, she wanted to have sex with Joseph. She said she told Joseph to lie with me. You understand? She seen Joseph was a young, handsome brother, and she wanted to give him some of that tail, Salakia. Verse 8. But he refused and said unto his master's wife, behold, my master wotteth not wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? So Joseph, like, look, check this out. Nah, I'm Tawab. I'm cool on that. You tripping. You understand? I'm loyal to my master. He done gave me everything. You understand? Everything is at my disposal except for you. Now, why should I sin against my master and be disloyal? You understand? And I'm damn sure not gonna sin against God. Joseph was a man with integrity. You understand? He didn't want to sleep with this filthy Egyptian woman. You understand? Because he understood that sex is marriage. She already has a husband, and he is not to commit adultery. Now, mind you, this is the book of Genesis. Joseph is not reading out of the laws of Moses. He predates Moses, right? So his father already still the principles of God in him. And he knew that he should not sin against God, because sleeping with another man's wife is a sin against God. Verse 10. And it came to pass that she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her to lie by her or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. And she came and she called him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got out. So one day, Joseph go in the house to go do his business. You know what I'm saying, go tend to whatever he got to tend to. And she knew that nobody else was in the house. So this filthy, nasty broad, she walked up to Joseph aggressively this time, like, man, you going to lie with me. You going to give me some of that ride. You understand? And what Joseph did, he got up out of there. You understand? She was being so forcefully on him that he actually left his damn garment in her hand because he had to tear away from her because she was damn near about to molest this brother. You understand? So he got up out of there, right? Verse 13. And it came to pass when she saw that Salaki, that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth, that she called unto the men of her house and spake unto them, saying, See, he hath brought an Hebrew unto us to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. This lying broad. You understand? She said, Look, he done brought a Hebrew to mock us. She knew that her nation of people was the enemies to the chosen people of God. You understand? But she couldn't get no ride out of this brother because he had integrity. So what she do? She lied on this brother. You understand? Same way the Caucasian women do today. You understand? On the times of slavery, they'll venture off. You understand? Go have a weekend fling with some black dude. You understand? As soon as her husband finds out, she'll say, "Oh, he raped me." You understand? It's the same thing that happened in ancient Egypt, right? Because these people are our enemies. Just like the Caucasian man, woman, and child is your enemy, so is these Africans, right? Salakia. Verse 15. And it came to pass when he had heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out. And she laid up his garment until his Lord came home. And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, The Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. There she go, lying on his brother again, because she a filthy, nasty broad, and these people are the enemy to the children of Israel. You understand? And Joseph eventually got put to jail for that. You understand? Joseph did time in prison for that. Right? He did some years. You understand? Upwards of 10 or maybe plus more years. You understand? All because this filthy broad lied on him because they are the enemies to the children of Israel. These is Africans we talking about. These same people that you be talking about, Pan Africanism, or Africa is the motherland, and these is our brothers and sisters. They don't celebrate Black History Month. You understand? They don't come over here and indulge in your festivities and your pain with you. You understand? They don't do none of that. Soon as a black person get killed by these racist police officers in this country, you don't see Nelson Mandela or none of his people coming over here to rally for us. You understand? You don't see Haile Selassie's offspring coming over here to sympathize with black people in America that's being killed unjustly by racist police officers. Now they mind their business right there in the village of the Matubu tribe or wherever the hell they come from. You understand? Or the only dealings that Africans got with you understand, is that they trying to scam you out of some money. If you some rich nigga that's going to Africa and you about to go spend money, or they gonna tell you the prince from the Matave tribe or some other stuff. You understand? But let you go out there and you ain't spending no money. Nigga, they gonna rob you like how they did Meek Mills. You understand? Because these Africans know damn well they not the same people as you. They have no league with you, and furthermore, they are your enemies. You understand? Salaki, let me get the book of Exodus, the first chapter. Let's get some more of these Africans, right? The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 6. Start at verse 6. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. You understand? Now, quick little brief history lesson on what happened to Joseph after he got out of prison in Egypt. Joseph eventually became to be the second in charge out of the whole Egypt because the Lord was with Joseph. The known world at that time was experiencing a tremendous famine. You understand? It was 7 years of good and plenty. You understand? All these crops growing freely, everybody living good, everything to wild. But then it became 7 years of famine to where everybody in the known world had to come buy food from Egypt. And with the knowledge and the wisdom that was bestowed on Joseph from the Most High God, Egypt eventually became the superpower of the whole goddamn planet Earth at that time. You understand? They became what you would call Like the position that America is in right now, that's how Egypt was back then. You understand? Even more. You understand? Because nobody had food but Egypt. Now you can have gold, silver, diamonds, rubies, any precious stones, silk. You understand all of these different minerals and natural resources. But if you don't got no goddamn food to feed your people, then your nation is not going to prosper at all because everybody's going to die from starvation. So everybody had to come into ancient Egypt to in order to get food to sustain their people. And the reason why Egypt was on top as a superpower and everybody came to Egypt to come get food is because the Lord was with Joseph and Joseph saved Egypt. Joseph made Egypt as great as it was. You understand? So when Joseph passed on, him and all his brethren, the children of Israel lived in the land of Egypt. And we became mighty. You understand? We was fruitful, meaning we had a whole lot of babies. You understand? And the land was filled with us, right? Verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. You understand? Now there arose a new king over Egypt that didn't know Joseph. This is a twofold scripture. He ain't know Joseph physically because Joseph was before his time, but he heard of the stories of Joseph. He understood that Israelites saved the nation of Egypt. You understand? Or Mizraim or Matazarium. You understand? He understood what Joseph did for his people before his time. But when they say he didn't know him, he didn't give a damn about that. He didn't care about no goddamn Israelites or shepherd kings. You understand? What was the other name for us? The Salakia. Um the Hyksos. You understand? The shepherd king. He didn't give a damn about no damn Hyksos. He Egyptian, it's his land. He don't care about that. You understand? So he didn't give a damn about what Joseph did for Egypt, right? Verse 9. He said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. These Africans know that you're more and mightier than them. These Africans understand that you are a better people than them all around. You understand? Let me see that phone real quick. Oh, Salakia. Well, it's a scripture. I'm paraphrasing. What profited the Jew, or what does it profit to be a Jew? You understand? I'm paraphrasing, but in every way, it profits to be a Jew because we better than every goddamn body. Thus saith the Lord. You understand? I'm gonna get that in the scripture in a second, right? Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when they fall, there falleth out any war, they also, so like it, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. You understand? So the children of Israel, us doing so much for Egypt, us saving Egypt, saving a whole nother people. You understand? By us living in this land, these Egyptians hated us because they knew they was our enemies. We didn't save y'all from not only destruction. You understand? We saved y'all from starvation. Not only did we save y'all from starvation, we actually made y'all the greatest people on planet Earth at that time. We made your nation the most richest and prosperous nation in the known world at that time. And when your new king arose up, you didn't give a damn about none of that. You understand? You said the children of Israel are more and mightier than y'all, meaning we better than y'all, right? We didn't wage war on y'all, right? We didn't oppress y'all, right? We didn't take the good and give y'all the bad. We didn't do any of that. You understand? Furthermore, we didn't even live in the same part of Egypt as y'all, right? But we was just so deep in Egypt, and y'all hated us so much because y'all know that y'all are enemies, that y'all made us slaves in Egypt. It's what Africans did to you, black people, Latinos, Native American Indians. This is what they did to you. They made you their slaves because they know you a goddamn a greater people than them, and they know you are their enemies. You understand? So we built treasure cities, Python and Ramses, just like San Francisco, Oakland. You understand? New Orleans, Sacramento, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Chicago. You understand? Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, right? All of these big major treasure cities where the oppressor can make money off of them. We did that back in ancient Egypt. You understand? Because we was the slaves to our enemies back then, right? So they made us slaves. We built them treasure cities because they hated us, right? But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. They made us to serve with rigor, meaning they beat the hell out of us. You understand? When they made us serve in these fields, when they made us work these minimum wage jobs, when they fed us with beer and bread to build up their economy, to build them goddamn pyramids, to move all these damn heavy bricks. You understand? After we made them, they made us serve with rigor, right? Because they hate you, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage. You understand? Your life being bitter and hard bondage, you was bitter because of the work that you had to put in ancient Egypt. These Africans don't give a damn about you, and it's the same as today. You understand? We was they slaves back then, and you the Caucasian man slave now. You understand? And to a certain extent, the Africans come to this country and they get a piece of you being in slavery all over again. You understand? You talking about we come from the motherland and we all Africans. Ooh, no, no, we not. They know their last names. You understand? They know the history of their people. They know who their great grandfather was. They can go right there to the left side of their damn village and go walk in his damn house and probably go sleep in his bed. His uncle probably owns the property that his great grandfather, you understand, actually lived in. But you live in slave quarters. You live in the projects. Yeah, you might got a house passed down to you, but your people had to be slaves in order to get that house. Them Africans, they built them houses by themselves in their own land because that's actually where their heritage is. You understand? That land is their inheritance. Meanwhile, you a damn slave because Africans sold you into slavery. You understand? So you can be in slavery just how you was right here in Egypt, right? Verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then shall she live. You understand? These Egyptians hated you so much, they wanted to cripple your nation by killing your little baby boys. Like back in ancient Egypt, they was forcing abortion on us. They didn't brainwash our sisters so much right here in American society that they do it willfully and freely. You understand? In hopes of a prosperous life, in hopes to have a career. Meanwhile, that sister gonna work at goddamn Walmart somewhere, or she gonna work some minimum wage job, or just enough for her to be able to go out on the weekend and get drunk and ride around and smoke weed with all her friends. You understand? But back then, these people was forcing abortions on our sisters because they hated the children of Israel, because they wanted to cripple your nation. They wanted to kill off your sons from the womb. You understand? And Most High in Christ, Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah, the sister Shifra and Pua, they wasn't with it. You understand? So our nation was able to thrive. You understand? But Salakia. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Africans ain't your friend, children of Israel. That they have always been your enemies. You understand? For time's sake, I'm gonna just go ahead and end it. Matter of fact, Salaki, I'm gonna pull a couple of more scriptures and then I'm gonna end it. Joshua, when the Lord gave the charge to lead the children of Israel into the promised land, the land of Canaan, he told Joshua to be of good courage and go wipe out them goddamn Arabs. I mean, Salaki, not Arabs, them goddamn Africans. You understand? to go get rid of all them goddamn Hamites little by little, not to build a league with them because they are the enemies to the children of Israel, right? It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, Africans, and the Girgashites, more Africans, and the Amorites, more Africans, and the Canaanites, more Africans, and the Perizzites, more Africans, and the Hivites, more Africans, and the Jebusites, more Africans, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall give them before thee, Shalakia, shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. These is Africans that the Lord is talking about. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy son thou shalt not give unto his son, Salakia. Thou daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, and they will serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. But this shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn down their graven images. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You understand? This is the Lord telling the children of Israel to destroy these goddamn Hamites when we get this promised land. You understand? To telling us not to make marriages or show mercy or pity upon them, and never to make a league with them. You understand? These Africans are not your friend. They not your people. They not your brothers and sisters. They have always been your enemies. Read the book of Joshua. You understand? Read the book of First Samuel, the 4th chapter. You understand? David, he fought Goliath. Goliath was a big ass African, you understand, that wanted to make the children of Israel his slaves. Africans ain't never been your friend. They have always been your enemies. Yahba Shemal Shabrak thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal thumb by Shemal Shah to the sisters. Shalom, Israel.